You just taking care of yourself and existing can be a form of resistance. And I think like I've definitely been guilty of being the person who, just because I don't see you post on social media about an issue, I automatically assume you don't care about it. Yes, it's important to raise awareness. Yes, it's important to take action, but it's also important to check in with yourself.
She said her favorite color yellow. It looked good on her dress. Trying to be slim, thick, nothing less, but she's falling.
Asalamualaikum guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sawdatou, aka Bint Fatimah. If you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're returning, thank you so much for subscribing. I've just been watching a couple YouTubers and was kind of sort of inspired by two YouTubers in particular. I will link the two videos that I watched in the cards up above, and I'll also link it down below. Recently on Instagram, which is where I literally get all of my news because I rarely ever watch the news. It's just because the news really brings me down a lot. So Instagram is usually where I get my news sources. And I think like the past week, maybe last week, is when I first was made aware of what was going on in Nigeria with SARS and how there's like police brutality going on in Nigeria. And just learning about how basically not just Nigeria, but there are a lot of other African countries right now that are in crises and that are dealing with a lot of really horrendous situations. I kept debating whether or not I should share these posts that I saw onto my Instagram story. So a couple months back, so I'm going to link the videos that I've done in the past related to the Black Lives Matter movement, related to performative activism and all that kind of stuff. So because I've done videos like that in the past, I kept questioning, like, am I being someone who's inconsistent in terms of my activism if I can't post every single issue that I see that is going on around the world, especially when it impacts Black people. But then I started thinking to myself that that is kind of sort of performative activism, is that I feel the need to share certain things only because in the past I've shared other things that were important to me. Not that what's going on in Nigeria or other African countries are not important to me, but I'm not an expert on it. I haven't read up everything on it. I haven't watched every single video that I could on it. And this takes me to a few months ago, like right before I moved to Kentucky. I had experienced probably like the biggest burnout that I've ever felt in my life. And I think that burnout came from not only things that were happening in my life, like life stressors, you know, worrying about my future, all that kind of stuff. It also came from me just like forcing myself to be everything for everyone, and not everyone in like my immediate circle, but just like in terms of world issues, in terms of crises and injustices that were going on in the world. I felt the need to be everything for everyone. I had to be made aware of everything that was going on around the world, why it was going on, the history of it, what I could do, what petitions am I signing, what emails am I sending, this, that, and the third. And I felt like after a while, my spirit literally was burned out. And I think in this age of technology, one of the things that is a downfall of the age of technology is that it's not that the world has become a worse place, in my opinion. Now it's just that the bad things that have been happening for years, for centuries, decades, however long, are now being televised, or they're being recorded on people's phones, or people are tweeting about it or texting other people about it. So we have more access to the issues that are going on all around the world versus in the past where maybe communication wasn't as fast or it wasn't as readily available to everybody. Certain people would just struggle their struggles silently, kind of thing, which I think is a good thing. I think it's a good thing that now people can openly express what it is that they're dealing with, the injustices that they're facing in their countries, in their hometowns, abroad, wherever it may be. I think it's a good thing because then it brings awareness to the injustices that do exist in the world. But I think the reason why that can become dangerous is because, for me at least, it became dangerous was because I felt the need to consume every single news article, video, tweet, everything that I could on all the things that are going on in the world, to the point where I felt really helpless in a way, because it was just like, what can I actually do? What is signing petitions really doing? Or what is sending emails really doing? I'm not seeing any change. Some of these issues have worsened since I've gotten involved in them. Some of these issues don't seem to be going away anytime soon. And so that feeling of hopelessness led me to just like burn out completely. Even the way that in the past I felt like I used to make dua a lot more often for different countries, for different causes, for different people that are going through things. I felt that in the past couple of months I just wasn't able to do that because I literally didn't have the energy. I literally didn't have the time, the mind space for it. It was draining mentally, emotionally, physically to think about these things. So I just decided to block them out completely. I think what came along with burnout is that because I was focusing so much of my energy on raising awareness about these causes, I didn't give myself enough attention, to the point where a lot of my mental health issues or my life issues and all that kind of stuff caught up to me, and it just felt like the world was literally crashing on my shoulders. So I'm bringing all that up to say, and I think I'm going to put this somewhere in the title, is that we can't expect ourselves to be everything for everyone. The least we can at least do is be everything for ourselves. And the reason why I'm saying that, and this is not me saying like, oh, we all must become more selfish and only worry about me, myself, and I. But I do genuinely believe that when you're not giving yourself everything that you need, it's hard to give others things that they need, or it's hard to support other people or speak out for other people, or even be an ally to other people when you yourself have not taken care of yourself. And I'm speaking from a very like personal experience, and I know I'm kind of all over the place, but what I've come to learn is that if I don't center myself first, if I don't take care of myself, be it that I take care of my physical needs, such as sleeping as much as I need to, eating as much as I need to, drinking as much water as I need to, taking breaks from social media as much as I need to, or mental wellness by like checking in and being more mindful about the things that are going on in my life and how I'm feeling and how I'm processing traumas and all that kind of stuff. When I don't do that, it's hard to pour out of an empty cup. And I know I've said this in like my life update video, but I didn't really go in detail. It's hard to pour out of an empty cup. And I think that what this age of technology does is that it does expect us to pour out of empty cups. It expects us to be exposed to so many traumatic events going on around the world, around us, and in our own lives, and be able to juggle it and still be okay. And I think social media also gives this false sense of like reality where everything is just so perfect, everything is just so positive, but at the same time we're supposed to be very hyper aware of all the negative things that are going on. So I think that's why I decided to take a hiatus from Instagram for a while, was because I just felt like it was draining me of so much of my energy and so much of my peace of mind. I felt the need to post things that, yes, I cared about them, but I just felt like, oh, if I don't post it, people are going to be like, oh, wow, she only cares about this certain movement, or she only cares about these group of people being unjustly treated and not others. But now I've come to a place where I'm comfortable with not posting anything and people assuming whatever they assume, as long as I'm learning about it on the sidelines. I'm watching videos, I'm reading articles, I'm getting as much information as I can, doing as much as I can in any capacity, or just making dua. Those are things that I can do privately, and I don't have to post it on my Instagram for other people to see that I care. You know what I mean? The reason why I'm bringing all this up, like I said, this video was very much influenced by two YouTubers that I was watching. And a third one too, Most of Myri. She also talked about this in a video about how like she hasn't posted about certain issues that were going on in the world just because she felt like she couldn't do it. She didn't have enough information. It wasn't her place to like speak out if she didn't have information and things like that. And then also Eloho really brought up a really good point of there are certain influencers or certain YouTubers or certain people that are on the internet that you go to them for specific things. There are people that you go to for yoga. There are people that you go to for comedy and fashion and all these kinds of things. And to always expect all of these people to be aware of everything that's going on in the world and speak out against every single injustice is not fair to them. I feel like it kind of gets to a point where we're so focused on how can I cancel this person who's influential and not speaking about something that's important, to the point where we're not actually focusing on the important thing that is happening. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just wanted to put that out there. I don't know how long this video is going to be or how coherent it's going to be, but I just kind of wanted to talk about that because I genuinely was struggling a lot to think of an idea for what to put on this video, because I kept thinking, if I don't talk about SARS or if I don't talk about what's going on in other countries in Africa, will people think, oh, she's an African who doesn't care about African issues, which is not the truth. But at the same time, I don't want to make my platform, or make not even my platform, but make myself feel obligated to talk about things simply because I don't want to be canceled, where I can just go and learn about those things and do what I do for those causes in private, and the things that I can do in public to do them in public. And I don't know if I'm making any sense, and maybe this just sounds like me trying to give myself excuses and trying to be like, please don't cancel me, please. But it's just me coming to this realization that like I can't pour from an empty cup. I can't be everything for everyone, and there's only so much that one person can do, and that we need to be a little bit more understanding of that, and understanding of the fact that we live in a world that all of these corruptions, all of these injustices that we're seeing, and this is not me being like super cynical, they're not new. They're really not new. They've been here for a while. I think it's just a matter of like awareness of them that is becoming more. Like 2020 is like the year of things being exposed, I think. But corrupt governments have existed for centuries. There are people who are, police brutality has existed for centuries. But I think that now that we're actually finally talking about it, and I'm really glad that this is happening, people are taking actions towards trying to change it. And I really do think if we spent less of our energy on trying to show our activism and actually doing activism, change would actually come. If we actually I don't know, use our resources that we have. Like everybody has their own specialty or has something that they're good at, and using that to help, to help a cause or to help people out against injustice. I think that's how it can work. But I don't think that everybody has to be the poster on social media. Does that make sense? Like not everybody is going to be a protester. Not everybody is going to be a poster on social media. Some people are probably just writing emails silently behind the scenes. Some people are probably helping to run the websites that let you know where you can donate, or that give you updates on what's going on in these different countries or with these different situations. Some people are actually reaching out to politicians. But I just say that to say that we should be a little bit more understanding. And I think like I've definitely been guilty of being the person who, just because I don't see you post on social media about an issue, I automatically assume you don't care about it. And I live and I grow and I learn, and I will admit to my own mistakes that was unfair of me to do. And of course, in a situation where I was extremely hurt and where tragedy was going on, people are being killed, people are losing their lives, it was easy for me to get angry at somebody rather than actually getting angry at the bigger issue, which is that there has been racist systems in place in the United States and abroad. There have been racist laws in place and all of these kinds of things. I think I misdirected my anger, I guess. Right now I'm at a place in my life where I'm trying my best to just like recharge and to focus on myself, because I don't think I'll be able to be anything for anybody till I'm something for myself. And that's just a reminder to myself before anybody else. But make sure you're also taking care of yourself when all of these things are going on. Yes, it's important to raise awareness. Yes, it's important to take action, but it's also important to check in with yourself. It's also important to check your mental well-being, your emotional well-being. I know personally during the height of the Black Lives Matter movement this summer, there was just a time where I literally couldn't sleep. I was just so sad. I was just so tired, so angry. And I wasn't really checking in on myself, because it was like, oh no, but tomorrow I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this, that, and the third to help the movement. But I think that sometimes a form of resilience, or not resilience, a form of resistance is just making sure you're okay, is a form of resistance. And I know I have a friend who I've been trying to adopt this mentality from her. She was saying that as a Black person, if you're living in the United States as a Black person, just you existing is enough for you. You don't have to spend your money. You don't have to do anything necessarily to help the movement, because you just existing is a form of resistance. So I do think that that's also something to keep in mind, is that if you are from a marginalized group, or you are from a group that has been oppressed or is being oppressed currently and all that kind of stuff, that just you existing and you finding joy in things, or you taking care of yourself, is a form of resistance. That you don't have to be on the front lines. You don't have to read every single article that comes out. You don't have to watch every single news report that comes out, because it might not be good for your mental health. But you just taking care of yourself and existing can be a form of resistance. Hi, this is editing Sawdatou. So I realized that in the video, at no point in time did I make any prayers or give my thoughts out to Nigerian people who are struggling with SARS and who want to end the police brutality and all of the injustice that is going on in their country right now. So just know that you are in my thoughts and my prayers, as well as the people of Guinea and all other African countries and nations that might be struggling. I'm going to do my best to leave as many links as I can in the description box, inshallah, in terms of like posts that will inform you on what's going on in these different countries, or just videos that I watched that informed me. If you have any more information and would like to share, please let me know in the comment section down below. Like, leave links, leave any names of YouTubers or influencers or anyone at all who is giving information on the situations that are going on in the diaspora. I would say though, please do try to stay away from posting anything that might be traumatic to other people. And I just want us to just be mindful of the fact that certain things might be harmful to other people's mental well-being. But if there's anything that will give information or give us links to where we can donate or sign petitions and things of that nature, please, please, please do feel free to share them in the comment section down below. If you are from a marginalized group, or if there's anything going on in the world that directly impacts you or impacts a group of people that you care deeply about, talk about how that's made you feel in the comments down below. Let me know what forms of activism you're taking that might not be traditional forms of activism. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really, really, really appreciate you watching. If you're not subscribed, it's totally free, and I'm on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so totally be a help. And hit on that subscribe button. Also hit on the bell notification so that way you can be notified every single time that I post. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, inshallah. Asalamualaykum. Peace. Oh my God, I missed my second part. Peace and love. Bye bye.
Little bit too kind, she a little bit too emotional. Cry your heart out. Let me know what's going on. I'll make you feel my love.